Welcome to another fantastic episode. If this is your first time, be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, okay? Show your love, man. Feel free to look around my channel. I've got also, fun fact, I've got over 100 Nigerian food recipes, which I've got playlists and stuff. Just go to the tab, look through my videos, you find them. If that's your cup of tea, if it's not, fantastic. Now, this topic is a very, very important one that I've been aware of for years. It's about how Africans and Nigerians and a lot of African migrants have been unlawfully held in prisons and camps in China, and their organs have been unlawfully harvested. People have repeatedly been assassinated, been killed, because the organ harvesting business in China is a very huge one, very, very huge billion-dollar market. In fact, a tribunal recently ruled in the month of June 2019, ruled against the Chinese government, basically saying the findings against them are in fact true about people being unlawfully trapped. As I speak, over 6,000 Nigerians alone are unlawfully held in a prison in China against their will. Some have been there for more than a decade without committing any crimes, just been snatched off the street and stuff. And the Chinese government have done everything. They are notorious. Actually, the Chinese government, China is notorious for being atop the list of people that breach, human rights regulations and stuff like that. What's interesting is this is affecting lives. This video, I've managed to do an audio recording, okay? So just listen to what I've got to say. And this one is just like my intro and stuff. And it's your boy Phrankleen. Catch you in the next one. All right? Be sure to hit the subscribe button, share my videos, and yeah, let's keep the conversation going on soon. Bye now. How China's prisons harvest the organs of Nigerians and several other Africans and kills them. As I said in the intro, organ harvesting is a major business in China. It's worth billions and billions of dollars. So this basically has turned to a situation where for donkey years now in China, people, thousands and thousands of African migrants have been unlawfully trapped and imprisoned against their will, without committing any crimes, just being kidnapped in broad daylight, sometimes in the course of the night whilst people are asleep and stuff. And one of the reasons why I'm particularly interested in this story is, as some of you already know, I try to use my platform, if I can successfully educate one person at least, I would have done a fantastic job, okay? There are so many people who want to leave Nigeria and other African countries. As I always say, I'm not going to knock you for wanting to, migrate, for wanting to travel abroad, for wanting to improve your life. It's the same thing that I said in my the video that I made recently about the migrants that have been trapped in Libya, in prison, sold into slavery, being violated and murdered and stuff like that. There's also organ harvesting going on in Libya. Okay, so why is this something that you don't see this on the mainstream media? Why? Because when things like this happen, they are major money-making machines. As there are hierarchies of people who are dependent on this, who are making tons of money. So it's very convenient for them to look the other way. And usually it's the black man, it's the black woman, it's the innocent black man, black woman, children, old, young, man, woman that are victims of this sort of atrocities. These are global atrocities. This is happening on a massive scale. As I said in the intro, a tribunal recently on the 17th of June 2019 actually found against China. The Chinese government, they are vicious, they are ruthless, they are very evil. These people lack compassion. They have repeatedly gone to every length you can imagine to basically discredit all the allegations, even when the evidences are absolutely set in stone and credible. They have refuted all claims. They said that people are lying and whatnot, which, any sensible person knows that they just, bull crapping. They've even gone to the extent of falsifying data to lie and say, oh, in fact, the organs that are being used for operation are basically being donated by organ donors who had consented to donations, before dying. And there is also cases of migrants, people being trapped, and they've been paralyzed with deadly drugs. So basically, you're walking. Imagine you've been kidnapped, and then you just get paralyzed with drugs, and they just put them on the operating table and they cut you open, take as much organs they need from you, and that person dies. They dispose of them. It could be the heart, the kidney and stuff, and they just freeze them and put them away in ice packs and stuff, because these are worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. In fact, from what I gathered, the way they can run this sort of really devious program is, imagine Guantanamo Bay style of prison system, where people have been, hundreds of thousands of people have been held against their will. So there are already tissues that have been registered in their databases. So say, for example, I show up and I desperately need an operation and stuff. They just take a sample of my tissue, run it into their database. They find a match in one of the tissues of the people that are being held in prison. They just take that person straight away, get them murdered, get them killed, extract their organs, and they just go ahead and just excavate the organs and use it for the operation and kill off that person. Imagine people being killed, being kidnapped. These people are vicious. China has been named as the number one atop the list of people who are notorious for violating and showing a blatant disregard for human rights. They have absolutely, no regard. They have no regard for human rights. People are being killed, imprisoned against, their will. All over the world, black people are subjected to all kinds of wickedness and inhuman treatment. And somehow the world keeps a blind eye, deaf ear to their plight. For decades, black people have been used for labor, tortured, obliterated, and had their organs harvested in China. But somehow these reports don't grace the international media. Like I said, they wouldn't be in the international media because there's a huge amount of dirty money exchanging hands. China actually is the number one place for a lot of organ transplants, organ related operations. They have hundreds of thousands of operations every calendar year. So what do you think? You understand why the demand is so high? This is why people are being held. As I said, over 6,000 Nigerians, if not more, are currently held against, their will in Chinese prison camps. Some have been trapped for more than 10 years without committing any crime, no trial, no fair process, no courts, no lawyers. They're not allowed to go. Some have cried and requested deportations. They have been held against their wills, and thousands have been killed. Now, what is even more disheartening is that many African governments do little or nothing to demand justice for their citizens who are illegally imprisoned in Asia. This includes Nigerian government. The story, below is that of Nigerians who are held in Chinese prisons. Now, organizations in Nigeria are demanding that the government do something to save, those who are left in the jaws of death and organ harvesters. Nigerian civil society organization, Black African Reorientation and Development Organization, known as Barato, conducted a peaceful protest in Abuja, Nigeria, on not too long ago. Its executive director, Nkem Anyata Lafia, called on the Nigerian government to contemplate negotiating with China for the release of Nigerian citizens who are, unlawfully imprisoned in China. The organization has appealed to the government of Nigeria to accelerate the emancipation of over 6,000 Nigerians subjected to inhumane situations in Chinese prisons, bring home our Nigerian brothers and sisters serving various jail terms in China to complete their jail terms in Nigeria. Mr. Lafia and Yeta Lafia disclosed that 55% of over 6,000 Nigerians presently jailed in China have been imprisoned unlawfully and illegally. The Nigerian president, Muhammadu Buhari, is being called upon by several other civil society groups in Nigeria to investigate claims by Nigerians, jailed in China of mysterious death, organ harvesting, and sale in Chinese prisons. During a civil society forum held in Lagos, Nigeria, Oseme Esita, the executive director of civil rights group Patriotic Citizen Initiatives (PCI), revealed that they continually receive complaints from Nigerians serving jail terms in China. According to them, those who contacted PCI claimed that Nigerians suddenly vanished from Chinese prisons under suspicious circumstances, with some asserting the victims executed unjustly by prison officials who harvest and sell their organs. Can you imagine? And the Nigerian government is actually doing business with the Chinese government. The Chinese people, they come into Nigeria, they are treated like kings and queens. They are treated like dons. They move around like they are gods in their own right. I'm telling you, this is personal observation, right? If you go to Nigeria, I'm sure people listening to this will bear me witness. You see the Chinese folks, they live like gods in Nigeria. This is what I do not understand. This is what I do not understand. Why the lives of the citizens of your country mean absolutely nothing to you. It beggars belief. These people are allowed to come into Nigeria. They do as they wish. They break our laws. They have been known to even go in and out of the country with expired business visas and travel documents. They just pay our unscrupulous officials. We take money through the back door. We let them, and you can never get away with these things in China. Our people are getting murdered and obliterated in high numbers, being imprisoned against their wills, and the government is doing nothing. Oh, ye black man. Right. In some cases, death sentences are passed carelessly. Secret executions carried out in questionable conditions. There are even alleged cases of organ harvesting to treat their rich industrialists with failing health. There is right to demand from Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs of their duties, including our foreign mission in China. When I actually read that Nigeria has a foreign mission, when you say Nigerian High Commission, right? Come on, man. This is why this guy, Jeffrey, I've forgotten his surname now, that recently I did a video a few days ago, went to the Nigerian High Commission here in the UK and smashed the place up. Honestly, that guy, the situation on that gentleman, right? And, I get it. And I said it before and I'll say it again. I am not sat here justifying criminality. But what that guy did basically tells you about the state of mind of so many Nigerians, how we feel about the ill treatment that we get from our government officials. Now, this is my conclusion, right? This is why this story, it was actually a brother, one of my subscribers, that sent me this link via Instagram. I've been aware of this, right? But he sent me some links, a link via Instagram, and that prompted further research. And I thought, I'll make a video about this. Look, for those of you that want to go to China to study, right? For those of you that want to get student visa, or you're looking to just travel in the name of traveling abroad, this is what I keep saying in my videos. Ignorance is not an excuse. Don't play checkers with your life. Don't gamble with your existence. If you leave Nigeria in the name of you're looking for daily bread, you ignorantly jump on a plane you're going to, people are getting killed in thousands. I'm telling you, this organ harvesting, like I said, a tribunal has found against China. The evidences are staggering. Truckload of evidences, unbelievable. They are denying it, but the evidences are there. People are being killed, held against their will, organs, because why? It's $1 billion industry. It's a huge, dirty, filthy industry. So where you have a major demand in a black market, human life means nothing. You're just a head count. When you are snatched off the streets of China, trust me, man, that's the end. Imagine people being held against their will. You've not committed a crime, you just kidnapped, and you've been held in prison for 10 years. If you have an unscrupulous travel agent who just wants you to part with your money in Nigeria or any other African country that wants to sell you some bogus Chinese visa in the name of greener pastures, trust me, you are going into hell. And you may not come out alive. Fact. Okay? I hope there's a way out for all of those people that have been held against their will, and to those that have been obliterated, killed unfairly and stuff. My heart goes out to you. May your souls rest in peace, in absolutely perfect peace. And yeah, for those of you who are contemplating, I say it for the last time, traveling abroad, do be careful. Please don't make ugly decisions or you're going to end up regretting. It's your boy, Phrankleen. I put out this content. Hopefully someone might be able to learn. If you got friends and families, do share this content with them. Okay, my people? Thank you for watching. That's me done. Share my videos and let's keep the conversation going. If you want to get in touch with me, I've got any topic suggestions or any questions or anything whatsoever, right? And if you want to advertise your products and services on this platform, send me an email to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. foodchannel1960@gmail.com, or just find me on Instagram at Phrankleen, the name of my YouTube channel, and just DM me, all right? And we take it from there. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love. Bye now.